welcome to Book That Commercial. My name is Akia. So today I want to talk about 3 things that I've learned so far about commercial acting in Atlanta since I've been here, okay? So stay tuned. All right, so make sure you stay tuned and watch the entire video because at the end I'm going to give you a little bonus goodie. I'm going to talk a little bit about TV and film here in Atlanta, okay? All right, so if you haven't watched my video already about my journey thus far here in Atlanta, and I moved here from the New York market in 2019, then you definitely want to go ahead and watch that. I'll put the link below here, and then I'll also, at the end of the video, you'll see it there. But definitely want to check that out. So this way you get a little bit more of a backstory of where I'm coming from. And I really think that as long as I stay in Atlanta, I'm going to have these videos because like update videos about things that I'm learning about acting here in Atlanta, commercial acting, TV and film acting, just the industry overall, because I'm always learning new things and I can always update you guys and let you know, like, these are some things that I learned. This is what's going on down here. So this video, I want to focus on 3 more things that I have learned specifically about commercial acting since I've been in Atlanta. Now, in my video, update video that I did, like I said, I'll post it below. I talked about, my first, I want to say 2 years in, let's see, 2019, 2020. Yeah, I think like my first 2 years in Atlanta, I had representation, but it really wasn't good representation. So my commercial career, my television and film career, my acting career period was not really moving that much the first 2 years that I moved here. I was submitting on Actors Access. So I booked roles, feature film. I booked a supporting role in a really juicy feature film. I booked a handful of commercials as well. All of that was me submitting myself on Actors Access, okay? So when I signed with the agency that I'm with now, I signed with them in May of 2021. They're a phenomenal agency. They're one of the top 3 agencies here in the Southeast. Since then, I have really felt like now I'm in the mix. Now my career is actually moving forward. It's on wheels down here. Okay, so since then I signed with them commercially and then I signed with them theatrically a few months after that. And so since I've been with them commercially, like I said, I've been busy. Lots of auditions, tons of auditions, lots of callbacks, lots of avail checks, lots of right to first refusals. I've booked a handful through them. But what I've learned so far, and when I say learn, I guess this video is more of like comparing my journey in New York to where I am today, which you really shouldn't compare because every market is so different and you as an actor will have different results and different experiences in every market that you go to. Okay, so, but again, I really don't have anything to compare to because like I said, I was pursuing professionally, in New York, New Jersey area in the Northeast for 8-9 years before I came here. So that's really all I have to go off of. And then when I go to LA, then I will have another market and I'll have more experiences and, I can update you guys with that information when that time comes. Okay. But for now, I'm here in Atlanta and I want to just dive right into it. Okay. So, I want to say the number one thing that I've learned so far when it comes to commercial acting down here is that the pay is lower. Okay. I think most people that are in the industry, actors kind of know that already. If you are a Southeast actor and this is all that you know, you may not have friends in the Northeast or in LA, or you're not really privy to what's going on in those other markets, then you might not realize that the pay down here is lower because it's all that you know. But if you're comparing it to LA and New York, I don't know about Chicago, the rate of pay is definitely lower down here. And again, it could be because it's the South, A, and B, Georgia is a right to work state. So it's not a union state. So because of that, everybody has the right to work and the pay is substantially lower across the board. So that's one thing that I've noticed, like when I'm looking at commercial auditions that I get. For example, I got a commercial audition recently and it was for a pharmaceutical company and they wanted to pay the actor $2,500 for a term of 6 years. And that still sticks out in my mind. I probably said that example in another video that I recently did, but it's just like kind of mind blowing to me because like you want my likeness, you want to use my likeness, my image for 6 years for $2,500. that term and that usage and the rate is just, it doesn't even match with each other. Like if that was LA or New York, if you wanted to hold my likeness for 6 years, which I've personally never even seen 6 years on a non-union usage commercial audition, it's usually 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years. And then after that, 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years, then they may want to renew it. And if they renew it, they'll give you another flat fee buyout. Okay. So I've never seen 6. So when I saw 6, that like kind of took me back. And then 2,500, I'm like, 2,500 for 6 years. Usually you'll see a 2,500 buyout on something 2, 3, or maybe 5 years. Like usually 2 to 3 years, they'll give you $2,500. You know, they'll use you for 2 to 3 years, use your likeness and image for $2,500, and then they'll pay you another flat fee of $2,500 after that time if they decide to move forward. But I've never heard or seen 6 years. That buyout should have been closer to, I want to say, $8,000 to $10,000. I feel like if that was in LA and New York, it would have definitely been a little bit like in that type of money range. So it's issues like that, situations like that, like, you know, I see a lot of the commercials that come across my desk. And of course, I am inundated, thankfully, with lots of commercial auditions. So I get to see all types of commercial auditions. And yeah, they are typically a little bit lower. I mean, you might see some that, you know, are equal to what's going on in LA and New York. But for the most part, the rate of pay is just a little bit lower down here. And also, too, another thing is like back in New York, and I definitely know that this happens in LA, there are actors who are just commercial actors. They make a living off of just being a commercial actor. That's how they support their life. They don't have to do anything else. And so I have friends back in New York that are in that situation, and I know people out in LA that are in that situation as well, because I used to be a paymaster. And here in the Southeast, I really don't know if that exists. I don't know if there are any actors down here that can just live off of commercials. If there are, please reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you and talk to you about your journey. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if that's something that's doable down here. Like if you were in New York, you could definitely live off of commercials or have it be a residual income or a side job or side income. But down here, I don't know. I mean, maybe there are some people that I'm not aware of, or a good amount of people that are booking a ton of commercials down in the Southeast consistently back to back to back, to where it is a definite side income for them, or it's a full-time income for them. I don't know. If you're one of those people, please drop your name below. Let's chat. Let's talk. I love to hear people's experiences and perspectives. You know, I still feel like I'm kind of new to this market. And another reason is because this market is a self-tape market. It's not like New York, back in New York when I was going on all these live auditions, okay? And I would be able to talk to actors and see who's at these auditions and kind of see these are the actors that are working, or, you know, these are the commercial actors that are going out a lot. Like you build rapport and you build relationships with not only the casting director, but also with actors as well. So you get to actually see and meet people. But here, being a self-tape world down here, you don't really get that. You don't really get that camaraderie. You don't really get to meet other actors and see other actors on a daily basis, talk to casting directors and see casting directors on a daily basis. So that whole component is completely missing. And I think because of that, that's why I'm not aware of actors down here that are, you know, working full-time as a commercial actor. I'm not aware. I'm really not aware of it. And again, there are networking events down here. There's a good amount of networking events. I have been to a few over the couple of years. But again, the ones that I've been to, I specifically have not really seen like specific like commercial actors that like that's what they do. Like we are commercial actors. I haven't really gathered that there. And that's going to segue into my number 3. What I have learned being down here is that a lot of actors don't really know the importance of commercials. It's almost like it's kind of like a hobby or a joke or secondary or something that I don't want to take seriously. They don't really take it seriously. They're like, I'm an actor, TV and film acting, like that's the only way to be. I don't want to do commercials. Like I don't feel like I'm a real actor if I don't do commercials. And I feel like there's a lot of actors down here in the Southeast that are not educated on commercials, what they really are, why they're important, commercial acting technique, why that's important, you know, why commercials are important. And I feel like a part of that reason, two parts of that, is because New York and LA, the entertainment industry is built into the infrastructure of those cities. Like, the entertainment industry has been around for what, probably 100 years in both of those places. Here, Southeast it's still a baby, you know, it's still growing. It's still a baby entertainment industry. So the infrastructure isn't fully built into this, you know, state or this, the city of Atlanta yet. And because of that, there's a lack of education and a lack of knowledge. Also, it being a right to work state, the union is not strong and heavy down here versus in LA and New York, the union is very strong. So especially in LA, you have SAG-AFTRA union commercial actors. That is what they do. They are full-time commercial actors. All they do is commercial acting. Some people just want to do commercial acting, and they're able to make a really nice living off of just doing commercials. Some people want to do commercials and TV and film. You know, some people don't want to do commercials at all. But at least in LA, you have a pool of actors over there that are professional commercial actors, and they make a living off of it. And so because, you know, it's a union state, so they're able to make a living by being in the union, because you get those rates and you get residuals. And, you know, if you book a national commercial, you could potentially make anywhere between 5 to 6 figures off of one national commercial. And the pay across the board with non-union and union is a little bit higher anyway in LA and New York compared to the South. So those are some of the major differences that I've experienced or that I see so far in being here in the South. Like I said, I've officially been here 3 years this past March. And so I'm still learning. I'm still finding my footing. I'm still having a really good time with auditioning for commercials, television, and film. And it's been a really, really great journey. I'm really grateful for the partnership that I have. I've got to audition for all types of commercials, almost, I think, probably every cast and director that is here in the Southeast. So it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. I love commercials, and I love the fact that every commercial is different. So I'm always doing something different, and I'm learning something different. So that's the great part about that. Okay, so those are my top 3 things. Now let's move into the bonus area really quickly. I said that I was going to talk a little bit about TV and film as well. So it's been really, really interesting learning about the television and film industry here in Atlanta. It's not what a lot of people think it is from the outside looking in, but when you're in it, it's very interesting. And I've learned a lot from my friends who are booking a lot of work on television and film. I learned so much from their experiences. It is amazing, like the stories and, you know, money and on-set and crew and productions and, like, you know, just like the casting process and casting directors and workshop, like all types of stuff. Like, I've learned so much. I've also taken, you know, some classes down here as well with some really great coaches and teachers. So I've definitely learned a lot. I'm still learning my technique overall in commercials and television and film. And that's another thing that's important. Even though if you are a coach or an educator, most of us people, coaches and educators, we're continuously learning our craft. So I'm always learning my craft. I'm still taking classes in commercials. I'm still taking classes in TV and film, you know? So that's never going to stop. And it should never stop. That's the lifelong career journey of an actor. We're constant learners, you know, we're lifelong learners. And so anyway, back to the TV and film. I've learned a lot. I've got to audition for a lot of shows, a lot of films here in the Southeast. So again, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor. And, you know, I've officially made my 1 year of auditioning in television and film here in the Southeast. So in that time, I'm just blessed to be able to have built relationships, have had all the casting directors on the TV and film side, be able to see my talent, showcase my talent, show different characters and different stories, and to be able to just audition for all types of shows. So all the casting directors that I had on my vision board for television and film, I have auditioned for them a gazillion times already. And so the process of, you know, auditioning and booking, sometimes it could take a couple of years for you to really get that crack open and actually book when you're new to a market. So I'm just being patient. I'm taking my time. I'm doing the work. I'm booking the room every single time. And, you know, I really do believe that what's mine is mine, and it's coming for me. It's coming for me. It's coming soon. So I definitely feel that I will be booking some more television and film down here soon. So I'm looking forward to the new year. So yeah, I'll definitely have to do another video, a separate video, which goes into like straight details about like Atlanta film and entertainment production industry down here, because it's a lot. It's like so many different nuances. I have so many different stories that were told to me or I've experienced or heard, and I'm not going to put people's, you know, names out there or business out there, but I've definitely learned a lot. And when you come to a new city or state or new market, you want to look at all the elements. You want to look at, is this a place that you want to live? How's your social life? How's your friends' life? How's your family life? How's your career going? How is the atmosphere, the energy? Do they have things down here that you want to do? So again, all these things I've been exposed to and learning and thinking about, and, you know, really just trying to embrace my Atlanta experience for what it is, for the time that it is, and just be really present as I can. Because like I said, you know, as an actor, we love, you know, markets. We love switching markets and trying new things. So, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to be here in Atlanta. But what I can tell you is, you'll just have to wait and see. Okay? All right. So that's it for tonight, y'all. Thank you so much for listening to my story. And I hope that you were able to get some new information about, you know, commercial acting down here, television, film industry down here in this video. I hope it was helpful or entertaining to you in some way. So head over to bookthatcommercial.com, where I've got actor merch, I've got freebies, and I'm a commercial audition coach. So if you do need help with your commercial audition, I'm here to help you, okay? With that being said, have a phenomenal, phenomenal day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Hey, hey, hey.